Hello, captains. This is Kent again, and welcome to the Flight Show. So, I'm about to do a couple of demonstrations of why you need to get this or something like this in your life. From those of you who know my show, I used to fly on three 27-inch monitors, but I've taken the plunge and invested in one 49-inch monitor, and I'm here to tell you, it's just another world. Now, admittedly, basically when you have a 49-inch television or monitor, it's like you're taking two 27 inches and putting them next to each other. So you're really losing the benefit of an entire monitor in terms of aspect ratio of view. But you know what? What you sacrifice in range of view from three monitors, you make up for with no bevels. This, and I'm not even saying this like fanboy, because I am not being sponsored by Deco for this product. I'm not being sponsored by anyone. I'm giving you my humble opinion. Now, you might think, but those are like $1,100 or $1,300. This is actually, as far as I know from the research that I've done, the most affordable 49-inch monitor on the market for the price I got. $799, which is $800, a little bit more depending on if they charge tax or not. And I am here to say it was well worth it. Now, I can't speak for this monitor in terms of the longevity. Like, you know, will it develop weird color regions over time? I just got it. So I can't speak of longevity. But in terms of the quality that I have once I got it set up, I am just really, there is no buyer's remorse here, and I wanted to share this experience with you. So let's just get this thing going. We're already on the deck, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart this scenario. We're going to do an aircraft carrier landing just to see how beneficial it is to have this monitor, but also with the benefit of using tracker software for your head. So let's just jump on in here and make it happen. Okay, so as you can see, we're in the cockpit. Now, this alone, with no bevels, look at this, no interruption in terms of your sky. Look at that water quality. This is just absolutely amazing. Now, we're gonna get our nose up because I can see I need to keep it above the carrier for now. Now, I'm letting back on the throttle because we need to get below 250 knots such that we can lower the landing gear. And now that we have that, let me see if I can get this to you. Let's lower the landing gear and lower the hook. Okay, it just came out. Let you see that one more time. And the flaps are deploying. Okay, now we're in. Now I need to speed up and get our nose up. Now I should be able to stick this landing just immediately. Hopefully I will. Okay, we're gonna get our throttle down. Now, if you have the, I think it's the HOTAS is the acronym. It's good because your thumb can handle your zoom and you don't even have to you look down or take your hands off the controls to do it. I live by this right about now. And if you have it, great. If you don't, just write down things that you really need to enjoy the experience. Now, as you know, mostly what I do is in flight simulator and Prepar3D. But I'm going to show you the benefit of this in DCS World and Prepared. Just so that you can understand why I really think Prepared, all of them, because the only ones that I've seen really look at this in flight simulation were using X-Plane. You need to understand how this benefits Prepared and DCS. So I just wanted to take an opportunity to show you. Okay, so what we're going to do is add a little bit more throttle and bring our nose up. There's the meatball over there. We obviously want that meatball right there in the center of the green. I hope my head's not blocking it. All right, we're bringing it down. There we go. All right, we're about to line up on the runway. All right, we're a little below, or a little above, actually. That's okay. We're going to drop the speed. Here we go. Not textbook, but I'll take it. All right, we're going to slam the deck full throttle. Didn't catch the 3-wire, but you see my point. Check out that. Now we draw back, raise our hook. Uninterrupted, full panoramic view of this beautiful aircraft carrier. And now we can start to taxi. Around the deck. Now I'm here to tell you, I have done this mission landing with the 3 monitors, and it was beautiful having 3 monitors for this panoramic view. But you know how you have a situation long enough you just get used to it? I'd gotten so used to the bevels that I just kind of erased it in my head and chose not to pay attention to it, unless there was something that was being blocked or obscured, and I just, drew my attention to it. But now that I have no bevels, even though you're losing the benefit of half a monitor on each side, you don't miss it. You literally don't miss it. And especially if you have the tracker software, this is absolutely incredible. So just for DCS World, you have an appreciation of what this can do. Now let's just take it another situation. Okay, so now we're going to do a Cessna 172, just a simple Coronado flight simulator, but so it's not like, A2A level in depth, but let's just see if just the monitor can enhance the experience for flying this aircraft, shall we? All right, let's get our, you notice that I moved my throttle to this side because now I'm traditionally flying an aircraft rather than a helicopter or a fighter aircraft. And let's see, we are flying, I'll tell you this while we taxi. We are in Ecuador. And where are we? See if I got a second here. I totally lost it. Okay, so let's slow down. Give me a second here. Ecuador, where are you, Ecuador? I have to write down all of my airports because now I have just so many. See, I just drifted off like that. Let's see. I can't believe I can't find it. I'll tell you in a little bit. Oh, well, I'm not moving now, so let me find it. South Africa. The page turn, darn fan. Yes, SEGU. This is Jose de Olamedo. So, Jose de Olamedo in Guayaquil, Ecuador, or Sierra Echo Gulf, Utah. I don't know. But nevertheless, this is a payware airport. I do like it. That's why I got it. Actually, to help out with the regional series, as you know, just flying places that you would not have thought about. So, of course, I was really opening up South America. I like flying down there. All right, so let's just go ahead. Needless to say, looking into your turns, which is really cool. All right, take off. Again, I don't miss the third monitor. The field of view that I have is actually excellent. And using my tracker software and setup, I can glance over if I want to see more. And I don't have to worry about a bubble blocking or obscuring or distorting the view. All right, flaps up. Check and look and see the flaps are up. That's good. And then glancing out, checking out the airport. It's just literally, I did not appreciate. I thought the 3 monitors was it. And I've just kind of learned through instinct to tune out the bevels. I mean, the mind is an incredible thing. Believe it or not, you can actually see your nose right now, but your brain is trained to ignore it. Because now, I bet a bunch of you glanced and just saw that you could see your nose. But like I said, your brain is just trained to ignore your nose. Well, you can kind of train yourself to ignore the bubbles. But once they're not there, oh my gosh, you notice. You notice they're not there. And in a good way. And so now we have the ability to see the countryside. And this is just my humble opinion. But at this point, it's not so much in my head that I'm flying a Carinado aircraft versus flying a A2A Cessna. It's just kind of taking in the overall experience. So this monitor can enhance the aircraft complement that you have without necessarily having to have the super study level GA aircraft. And I can only speak for myself, but it's just a new flight experience. So with the anticipated Flight Simulator 2020 coming out, I can only imagine how exciting this is going to be, what it's going to look like. For something that's already a visual enhancement and an impressive visual enhancement for the things that I have seen. Oh wow, look at that skyscraper right there. That is just so nice. And being able to glance down at it. Now, sure, I could turn this off. And I can use my thumb hat just as easily. It's not as fluid. So some of you, well, what if you just don't have all that? No, it's fine. It's totally fine. Because it's really about everything that you get to see. So who really benefits from this, I believe, having a 49-inch monitor, are those that like VFR flying, because you get to explore and see things. I think it's going to be just great. Now, don't get me wrong. Those of you who are using this for certification in flying, everything's there in front of you. And I'm curious to try something. We're going to do this on film because I noticed something earlier. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to do this real fast. I'm going to go in here, instrument panel. No, I want to options, graphics. And instead of it being 3, oh wait, can I do that? I think I already have it on that setting. Yeah, it is on that setting. So check this out. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway. How about them apples? Now, why do I have it why did it trim in? I actually have it that way for a reason, because if I'm filming for the flight show and I'm only doing out of the cockpit, well then this is the region that actually is getting screen captured. So that's what I shrunk it to. But check that out. So if you have your setup where you have a monitor down here for your instruments, rather than even exporting it, just drop it down and do your thing. Do your navigating. Now, I normally don't do that, but, there was a whim, and I thought maybe that would work. Well, it turned out it did. Okay, so let's very quickly turn my tracker software back on. So as you can see, for sightseeing, no bevels, wide field of view, very, very immersive. This is what you want. Now, am I here trying to piss you off like, hey, I can't afford that right now, you're just showing me all this great stuff, it's great, but I can't afford it? Great. You know what you can do? You can tune into the show and you can live vicariously through me, But no, seriously, believe me, it is, a while that I had to kind of get things in order so that I was able to get this, so I get it. What I'm just trying to show you is, this is something that you might want to put on your list and actually put it ahead of some other things. Like, if you're already getting good frame rates and you were thinking, well, I want to get the i9 CPU first, but you're already getting good frame rates, no, get this. Like, I have an 8700. I want to get an i9, but I got an i7 8700. I was going to get an i9. You know what? I don't need to, because I got these frame rates. I got this. And for a new motherboard along with CPU, it would have been approximately this price. No, I am perfectly fine rolling with this bad boy and doing that CPU thing later. So all this is to say, I really do believe that I have truly underestimated the enhancement that a 49-inch monitor brings. Really, all of the stuff that I see by people who are reviewing ultra-wide monitors is that they're first-person shooters. They're basically fans of first-person shooting. So that's what they demo when they talk about the graphics and, you know, how good it is. I have yet to see a single person really talk about this monitor like an ultra-wide, other than someone, and I'm forgetting his name, that did it using X-Plane about the benefit. He even tried it using as many as three 49-inch monitors. I don't think I would do that. It sounds good in principle, but in practical price, and what you get for it, nah, I don't need to do that. You might as well just get a projector and a screen and do it all in one thing. But what I will say is that I haven't watched a lot of the people reviewing these monitors looking at the benefits to the flight simulation world, which is why I wanted to produce this. So what I am saying is, if you can, what you can do is put it on your list of things you need to get and set this as one of the goals. You need this in your life, and I'm telling you, because even I, as a guy that had 3 27-inch monitors, insane wide view, was a little hesitant of getting this because I was going to lose the benefit of about half a monitor on either side. Even without the tracker software, I don't miss it. Don't miss it at all, because all I got to do, even without tracker software, is glance over. There it is. There it is. And everything I need right here is in front of me. So, all I can tell you is that this is groundbreaking in terms of my flight simulator experience. It really is. And so I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this bad boy on the ground, and then we'll finish out by looking at this experience in some commercial aircraft. Let's see, where's the runway? Okay, there it is. We're on our base leg. Bring our throttle back. Flaps 1. And I will like to emphasize, I did not get the baddest boy on the block. And I really thought about saving up to get the baddest boy on the block, because I really, in the long term, I really don't like bargain prices, because sometimes what you get, it would have been better to just save up and get the highest end. But there are things that this monitor does that the Samsung high-end doesn't, in terms of, it's some technical stuff that I really need to, I'd have to read it to remember it. But this monitor offers a lot. I think its cousin would be Viatech. It's a different, their stands are slightly different, but as I understand it, they're almost the same monitor. But what I did love about this, I didn't need an adapter kit. I'm not using the stand. I'm using the stand that I use for my 3 monitors, and I just set it on the 1. It comes with some bolts that help you attach it to the stand that you might already have. So I didn't have to buy anything new, which I really appreciate, where the Viatech, you had to buy an adapter. So I couldn't figure out, why are there no adapters on the internet? Turns out because you don't need one. I really appreciate them for this. All right, pull back. We have a little bit of flare going on already. Excellent. Little aero braking to slow down. Bring that nose back down. And then we can see, I mean, and let me tell you, I already had the tracker software and, you know, heads up thing for your head, it just feels better using it on this. I don't even know if it has to do with frame rates and having to split between, you know, with Nvidia having to split between 3 monitors or whatever, but it just feels smoother. It just is a more enjoyable experience using it on one ultra-wide monitor. It's insane. Okay. So let's now look at this using commercial aircraft. So this is nowhere near where I thought I was. But since we're here, and let's find out where the heck we are. Maryland, Charleston, Maryland, at Pondview Private Airstrip. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. Flaps. There we go. Why'd I do that when I could have done this?
System test okay.
Just look over my shoulder, and there it is. No bevels, no problem. Yeah, taking off from the rough ground. I like that. Yeah. Flaps up. Here up.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead.
That is absolutely beautiful. I mean, when you've got the frame rates and you have the installed software, take nothing from P3D. I mean, I know they got some competition on the horizon, right, coming up soon, but this is still wonderful. And this is why you need this monitor in your life, or a equivalent. This is just a whole nother level of an experience. And in anticipation of Flight Simulator 2020, just from the general, just exploring, because I know a lot of people are going to be, you know, looking to find their house, you're going to want this. You are going to want this for Flight Simulator 2020. This monitor. If you can't get it before it gets here, you want to save up for it. You want to put it on those list of things, of peripherals that you're going to want to enhance your experience for better immersion. If it wasn't on your list, it needs to get on your list. If you were thinking about doing a 3-monitor setup, which I totally get, throw the 3-monitor setup out the window. You need a 49-inch monitor. Ultra wide. This is just insane. And even without tracker, turning it off, I can still hat stick and get to what I want to see very quickly. Or if you're chase plane, as you can see, I have my hotkeys already programmed in, so I can get to the view that I want to see very quickly. Absolutely. Love it. Okay, so now I need to get to what I was going to show you. Didn't think this video was going to be that long, but it has turned into that long, and that's okay. Okay, here we are in Dubai, and we are going to choose for our aircraft the venerable, the historic. How could you not choose this as your aircraft to test out your monitor? Yes, the queen of the skies, PMDG's 747. Now you may be asking, well, why'd you choose Delta? Well, you know, that's my aircraft for a pilot's life. I've flown with several airlines. I started off with this small airline in Alaska to try to get my weight up so I could get with a little more popular of a courier. And then I got with Frontier and then Frontier. Then I got hired by Lufthansa, which I was really happy about because they're like a 5-star, they were like a 5-star airline. And I was kind of going from a 3 and I jumped to a 5. And then I went to United and then I went to Delta. So I've been flying with Delta since. And I might be looking for a new airline just to spice it up, take off and land from a different hub. Now, here we are in the 747. This is my first time pulling this aircraft up since I've gotten this monitor, so we're learning this together. But this is insane. Absolutely insane. Haha, when they go oxygen tested 100%, yeah, look at it right there. Oh yeah, it's right there. You can see everything you need to see. So let's go ahead and give this flaps 10. Let's go down here and lower our fuel. Let's just bring it down to, because that's a lot of fuel, 380,000. Oh yeah, let's just bring this down to 20,000 pounds of fuel. Okay. And let's bring our zero fuel weight down to 2. Bring that down. Let's go to payload. Invalid entry, too little. All right, let's bring it up to 350. Fine, we'll leave it where it is. What do I know? Okay, so let's go up here. Because at that low fuel, those would be empty. I get it. All right, we got flaps 10. And here's what we're going to do just to make things interesting. FS crew. Bring over my mic so it can hear me. Runway entry procedure.
Check.
I'm going to bring this to 180.
I'm ready to go.
Before takeoff checklist below the line.
Below the line, lights, strobes, on. Weather radar terrain, set. Before takeoff checklist complete.
Okay, I'm going to bring this to 3,000 feet. Takeoff.
Check.
Now check out the field of view.
Power set. 80 knots. Rotate.
Really? That quick? Indeed.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Now how about that? That view right there. That view right there. Are you kidding me?
One to go.
All right. Full back on the throttles. I mean, here we go. All right. Left autopilot in command.
Left autopilot command.
Heading, select heading, intervene.
Check.
Select heading. I forget the command for that, so I'll just go ahead and hit it. Make heading 270. Set heading 270. There we go.
Heading 270 set.
Select altitude, intervene. Set speed 180.
Speed 180 set.
Set heading 000.
Heading 000 set.
I think this says enough. I'm sure many of you out there have just gone, shut up and take my money. Yes. I'm just in awe. No buyer's remorse. It was a chunk, I got to admit. I worked some extra gigs this summer, but then this is for the benefit of the show. So, in my humble opinion, it was worth the sacrifice because I want to show you the things that can help you enjoy this flight simulation experience like I enjoy it. Set heading 180. Set heading 180.
Heading 180 set.
So you have a nice wide field of view of your cockpit. No bevels in the way to interrupt you from seeing any of your readings. I just really am blown away. Flaps 15. Flaps 20.
Speed checked. Check. Flaps 20.
I tend to forget what the increments are because I fly multiple aircraft.
Flaps 20. Green.
Okay, so even without the tracker, oops, sorry, I just reset it. Okay, without the tracker, there's your field of view. All the instruments that you need right there. Now, admittedly, I know I use the VR Insight MPC, but if you don't have that, now you don't have to worry about the bevel blocking whatever instruments you have. They're all right there. And so, again, from looking at your overhead and switches, this is another benefit. The bevels don't block, so you have everything at your instance, depending on how you program your buttons. But ladies and gentlemen, if you really are thinking about what you want to add to your experience, I highly encourage set heading 120. I really suggest think about getting an ultra-wide.
Heading 120 set.
Now, in what order? If you're debating between a monitor and a video card, get the video card first, hands down. What you can afford, because that video card is going to be a really big factor in how you handle, your graphics. But if there is a thing that you want to add for immersion, this needs to get on your list. Because I know some of you may have thought, well, what if I do the triple monitors? Abandon that. I'm sorry, someone might get pissed off. If you're going to do multiple monitors to have a better field of view, rather than that, invest in the 49-inch ultra-wide. And if you have to do the 43-inch, that's, not as wide, but it's better than 27, 24. This is just something that I think that the reviewers for these ultra-wides really focus on first-person shooters. I wanted to bring you my opinions as it pertains to flight simulation. And this is absolutely amazing. Now let's just try our little trick before I end this video. Pop this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And you know, you could drag that out. You can drag that out. Now you've got your field of view and you've got your instruments right there, which is perfect for ILS approaches in low visibility. And you want to focus on landing, but you got to be on your instruments. You got to have your face in your instruments and not out of your cockpit. Nice size so that you can see everything. I didn't even know I could do that. This is just like, oh. All right, so no, I don't want to lose this because it took me a while to set this. Now, the last thing I did want to show you about what you're gaining, what you're losing. Here's a good way of doing it. Let me turn on my record for this is I use Camtasia.
Checked.
Before you hit record, look at this darker region out here. This is what is missing. When you watch people doing their videos, what they're screen capturing, it's going to be this ratio. It's going to be this field of view. So whenever you're flying and you're using one monitor, this is pretty much what you're seeing. This is what 49 inches gets you.
Are you sure about that?
I am absolutely positive because I'm showing them right now. But thank you for asking. So I thought this would be really good for you to see. This is what you gain by ultra-wide monitor. No one's going to see this if you're doing, video recording. But in terms of if I record while I'm in ultra-wide mode, this is the field of view that I know everyone's going to see. And like I said, I'll sometimes just snap it to this. I have it a little wider. I got to bring that in. I might snap it to this. I don't have it down here. I just decrease it. But you can see the difference in what you gain for this field of view. It's just bar none. I highly recommend you think about getting an ultra-wide monitor. And there are very few things. You can go back in all my videos. You can go back in all my videos, and there are very few things that I just say, hands down, this is what you need to get. Like I did say for the flight yoke, honeycomb. If you can't afford those $1,000 flight yokes, you have to have this. And I hear that someone actually, I got to answer someone's message on YouTube, asked me about what about the dead zones. I haven't had a dead zone problem. I make my dead zone 0, and I have not had a single problem. I love this yoke. Can't wait for the throttle quadrant to come out. But I'm just here to tell you, if you're thinking about what you want to get, 49-inch ultra-wide needs to get on your list. It's not just for first-person shooters. Flight simulation.
2, 9, 2.
Your flight simulation experience will be great. Not can be, not might be, will be greatly enhanced by this. And then for all you DCS, out there, fighters, F-18 pilots, F-16 pilots, or what have you, you already know.
Checked.
I just showed you. Can't wait for Super Carrier because I still think it's in beta. You need to get this in your life. Well, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I hope this review has been helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. As you know, I'm here to make life easier on the novices, see what you can do to make your experience better, and even for the veterans, because I may be a veteran simulator. I've been simulating since high school. I didn't have the Apple flight simulator, but the first Apple flight simulator that was released for the PC, and also the Airlifter was a competitor to flight simulation, but you flew freighter aircraft. I had that, yeah. I'm a veteran of flight simulation, but I can always learn something from people in the community. So even our veterans, I hope there are things that I'm able to show you on the show that you can benefit from. So that being said, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the virtual skies.